everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is very different, obviously. I'm standing up. Wow, right? Fascinating, very cool stuff, But, I'm knocking stuff over, that's my bad. But without going too far into what's happening, if you did not see the thumbnail or the title of the video, you probably don't know what's going on. This is a top 10 video of my personal favorite crossover video games. Now, this will cover a wide variety, I should say, of games that are on different platforms, like the Xbox and Nintendo Switch, even so far as playing on your phone. Without further ado, let's go right into it. And, of course, real quick, you will see everything that I choose on this side of me. I don't know what side it's going to be for you guys. It might be mirrored, it might not be mirrored, I don't know. But, without further ado, let's get into this. Number 10. Number 10 is the Disney Infinity series. Now, the Disney Infinity games is 3 games collected by a bunch of Disney IPs, everywhere from Nightmare Before Christmas to Monsters Incorporated. It's got characters like Woody from Toy Story, Lightning McQueen from Cars, and probably one of the coolest characters that I sadly don't have yet, Olaf from Frozen. Now, this game is pretty cool. You go through a bunch of Disneylands, and I believe the first level in the first game is Aladdin themed. And then the second one, in Disney Infinity 2.0, you get the addition of Marvel characters. So you get characters like the Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America, along with some villains like the Green Goblin and Venom, which I think is pretty cool. And you get to fight with superheroes along with your Disney and Pixar characters. Then, for Disney Infinity 3.0, we get the addition of Star Wars characters. So, Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Darth Vader, and Master Yoda, along with a few other Star Wars characters like Han Solo. They all get to show up in this game as well, and what's cool is that you can go through the Star Wars universes, along with their level packs and everything. This game is pretty cool, but it's not... I put it at number 10 because it's a game that I've played, yes, that's a crossover game, but it is not my favorite. It has some stuff with it that I don't like, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the clunky sandbox system that Disney Infinity always had, or if it's just me not being a good enough gamer. But other than that, that's why Disney Infinity is number 10 on this list. Number 9, we have 2 things, just similar enough to Disney Infinity. I have the entire series, so it makes sense that this next one I count for both of them and not just one of them. I'm talking about Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 1 and 2. And the thing is, I've played the first one, but I have not played the second one yet, so I will not be talking about the ideas about that. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, or NSB, is a 2021 crossover platform fighter, similar enough to Super Smash Bros., and it was made by Lude City and Fair Play Labs. It is a part of the Nickelodeon Super Brawl series, browser games, and mobile games. You'll be seeing what they look like over here. I actually didn't know that. I didn't know that they were attached to those browser games initially. And this would make Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 1 and 2 the first time that game series has been to actual consoles. And, let me talk a little bit more about the game. Okay. In Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 1, you could be characters such as Sandy from SpongeBob, Ablina from Real Monsters, Toph from Avatar The Last Airbender, Lincoln Loud, Leonardo and Michelangelo, and the Shredder, all from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series, Hugh Neutron from Jimmy Neutron, the Powder Toast Man from Ren and Stimpy, and Cat Dog. Well, sadly, except you can't anymore because those were the characters removed for the second game. Why did they remove Lincoln Loud and not Lucy Loud? I don't know. Why did they remove Cat Dog, even though Cat Dog's the only one in the series representing the series Cat Dog? A lot of weird questions. Also, why did they remove Leonardo, Mikey, and Shredder, but keep April O'Neil? Like, yes, April O'Neil is really cool and all, but I would rather play as the Shredder than April O'Neil. And they did actually add the other two Ninja Turtles to the second game, Donatello and Raphael, but the thing is, you still can't play as any four of the Ninja Turtles, which I think kind of sucks. But Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 did improve a lot of stuff for the online matches, and it also has a pretty cool story mode attached to it, at least from what I've seen. I've never actually played it, but I've definitely seen people talk about it online. And overall, even though Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 1, the only game in the series that I've played, is very clunky along with its gameplay and especially its online modes, I still very much enjoyed it. I liked playing it with my mom, who was able to revisit a bit of her childhood by playing as characters such as Cat Dog and Powdered Toast Man. And it was also really cool because there's characters like Garfield in it and Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life that both me and my mom grew up watching. And it was really cool being able to play as those characters and fight each other. I even played with my sister for a little bit, but then she started not liking it, which, understandable. She's not good at those kind of games, and I'm better, so I would win most times, and she would get frustrated, which, totally understandable. I would get frustrated too. But let's flip the page over to the next category, or next placement, I should say, not category, with number 8, a mobile game, by the way. Not a lot of people have heard about this, but it kind of has a cult following to it. Disney Heroes Battle Mode. This game is a mobile role-playing game that was released back in 2018. Like Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, Battle Mode is a crossover game, but with Disney IP, similar to Disney Infinity, but not exactly the same. It's not a Toys to Life video game or a sandbox game. It is pretty much a turn-based role-playing game where you have a team of Disney characters, Disney and Pixar, I should say, and you fight villains, like either shadow clones of yourself or other big baddies. It's got characters from Toy Story, Aladdin, Frozen, WALL-E, and Snow White. But it's even got more oddball IPs such as American Dragon, Gargoyles, The Black Cauldron, Treasure Planet, which Treasure Planet is still a very good movie, you should go and watch it, Darkwing Duck, and The Muppets. How the hell did they get the Muppets into this game, and why is Kermit the Frog so cool, and god damn it, Animal is playing those drums like crazy. It's fucking cool. But, from what I found on the Google Play App Store, the reviews are pretty good. It's averaging out 4 to 5 stars. And people also like this game. And I even left a review on it saying, good game. Why? I don't know. And honestly, I really enjoyed playing this game back in the day. I haven't played it in a while because my phone sadly cannot support the memory space of that game, but I'm really hoping that they can port it over to the computer so that way I can make more videos about it and just be able to play it more, because it is a very good game. But I have to say, the character interactions in this game and the style of the gameplay is some stuff that I really enjoy. But anyway, let's move on to number 7, which is a very controversial take, and real quick, I don't care. It's not the title. Before you go in the comments going like, why did you add this game? This game is dog shit. First off, it's not your list. Second off, it doesn't say the best crossover fighting games of all time. It says my favorite crossover video games of all time. My favorite. Not the world's favorite, okay? We on the same wavelength? Okay, it's Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. This was a 2008 fighting game made by Midway Games and Warner Brothers Games. And now, again, I know what you're thinking. Why are you adding this shitty game to the top 10 best crossover games. Shut up. That's stupid because obviously you can't read. And I'm repeating myself again. This is my personal list. I like this game because it has some of my favorite things in it. Mortal Kombat and Batman. I mean, the DC comics. But I really enjoy the story. I like how the two worlds are merging along with their two baddies. Spoiler alert for this game's story, Shao Kahn and Darkseid combined together to make this lava abomination, which, yes, I think it looks stupid, especially since it's supposed to be Darkseid and Shao Kahn combined together. But it's still a pretty cool bad guy, and he's obviously set out to destroy everything, or rule over everything. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was both, actually. But I still very much enjoyed the game, even though it's got a very limited roster. It never had any DLC, which I think is kind of strange, but at the same time it's understandable because a lot of people did not enjoy this game. But, am I going to say it's a bad game? Yeah. It's definitely very different than what we got from Mortal Kombat games. It's got zero to no blood, and hell, the Jax fatality where he's just going and smashes your head and makes it smush, that is stupid, obviously. But it's also a DC game. This was the first time Warner Brothers put them out there to be like, oh, we're gonna have them fight. Don't rip off the heads of anybody. And like, yeah, that's understandable. That is understandable. But I still enjoy the game. It's still fun. It still has a pretty cool arcade system. And this is probably one of the first Mortal Kombat games I've ever played in general. Actually, I think the first fighting game I've ever played, even before Super Smash Bros. Which is wild. But, moving on to number 6. Now, this game never started off as a crossover game, but it is definitely considered a crossover game now. Especially now that it has sub-games inside where they're literally games made by other people. I'm talking about Fortnite. Fortnite is a battle royale game that was released in 2017 and was developed and published by Epic Games. Obviously, the game did not start out as a battle royale game at all. It started off as a zombie survival game. And that is such a big difference between what it is now. The battle royale mode for Fortnite was added for free and kicked off. It was amazing. It carried off of the growth of Minecraft Hunger Games and PUBG, and just became this huge behemoth of a game, especially nowadays. It's got everything from Star Wars, it's got Disney characters in there now, it's got everything from Stranger Things, Street Fighter, it's got real life artists in there, like Billie Eilish was just added recently, Eminem, Ariana Grande, Travis Scott, which there is a big controversy with Travis Scott, don't get me wrong, but he's in Fortnite. And Fortnite is huge, and it is humongous, and it will not stop growing. That is the thing. It's even got fucking Pac-Man cosmetics in there, Among Us cosmetics in there, and has ultimately just became a meme. It's been embracing the memes as well, because as you all saw, it added Peter Griffin to the game. And the Chicken Man, which I think is crazy. And, like what I said earlier, the game has grown to more than just the zombie survival and the battle royale mode that it was. It's got game modes made by the team behind Rocket League. It's got their own racing game. It's got their own Rock Band style game. And Disney spent over $1 billion in Fortnite to get more Disney games added to Fortnite's platform. And not only that, but they're doing a lot of community stuff by letting community members build their own Fortnite maps, whether it be a Battle Royale map, or a Deathmatch map, or Death Run, or even Prop Hunt. Fortnite has just become this huge behemoth. And yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to think about that this game from like a few years ago that a lot of people were like, I don't know, this game's kind of weird, to, oh my god, this game is fucking ginormous. And what can you do about it? This is the game where you could have Goku on your team, you could have Goku, Naruto, Doctor Strange, and fucking Ariana Grande all on your team while you guys are shooting up the characters from Jujutsu Kaisen. And it's just like, what? Hell, even Aang the Avatar is in there, along with Korra the Avatar is in there. What the hell? Those characters never use guns. Have you ever seen Goku use a fucking pump shotgun? No. But you can now in Fortnite. And that's not even to get. You could one of my favorite things is that you could get a skin like Michael Myers and make them do the Never Gonna Give You Up song or a Gangnam Style song. It's absolutely insane. But I've been talking too much about Fortnite. Let's move on to number 5. Number 5 is the second is the second Toys to Life video game that's on this list. I'm talking about Lego Dimensions. Lego Dimensions is a action adventure game platform crossover or a game where characters like Batman, Wildstyle, and Gandalf have to travel through different Lego-fied dimensions in order to defeat a huge villain called Lord Vortex. Because Lord Vortex wants to combine all the universes into one universe, and I believe he's trying to rule over them all as their supreme, like, emperor guy. But this game is crazy. I believe it came out back in 2014, I think? Either 2014 or 2015, I don't remember. That's one thing that I should have wrote down in the journal, but I didn't. But this game is absolutely insane. Not only do you get these characters, but you could actually build stuff from their world. Like, if you buy like the starter pack, you get a Batmobile that you could build together and then play in the game, and then you could take it apart and rebuild it into a different vehicle to play in the game. But it's got more than just characters from the Lego Movie, Lord of the Rings, and Batman. It's got other obvious franchises like Legends of Chima, Lego Ninjago, the Lego Batman movie, not the same Batman that you get in the starter pack. Batman, those are from the Lego Batman games, and then there's the Lego Batman movie. That is pretty cool, because they're two different universes, which you never really think about that. But it's also got other franchises like The Wizard of Oz, The Goonies, Sonic the Hedgehog, The Simpsons, Adventure Time, Harry Potter, Doctor Who, and Valve's Portal game, Portal. This game is absolutely insane, but it's also really fun. You get to explore these Lego version of different universes, and it's pretty cool. I very much enjoyed the Homer Simpson level where you are going through their land. You go through the Quickie Mart. You have to destroy the Quickie Mart in order to get by it, and the final level inside the level is you going through Homer Simpson's job, the nuclear reactor. And that's really cool. And the character interactions with all these different characters are really cool. Also, one thing I absolutely love is GLaDOS even sings a Lego song about her meeting Batman and it being one of the coolest things in her life. And her wishing that Shell was there. If you don't know what it is, please go look it up. It's very cool. I'll leave a card right here for it. Hopefully I remember to actually put it in there, but who knows. And then number 4, I have a game that I'm still currently playing. Mario plus Rabbids. This is a series that also has just 2 entries, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle and Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. I have Sparks of Hope, but I have not played that yet because I want to finish the game that I'm currently playing for YouTube. If you guys want to go watch that series, it's on my YouTube channel. Go watch it. But you don't have to if you don't want to. It's kind of boring if you guys don't want to. But there is some times where I'm just like, what the fuck? But anyway. This was a game made by Ubisoft Malena and Ubisoft Paris. I think I said it wrong. I think it's Malane, not Malena. And was not made by Nintendo. It was licensed by Nintendo, but not made by Nintendo. and it was released 2017 for the Nintendo Switch. It is a turn-based tactics adventure game where the Mario Kingdom and the basement of a young inventor combines into a new world. Mario and his friends team up with their rabbit counterparts and a robot named Beepo to defeat Bowser Jr. from causing more chaos. But I also found out a spoiler while doing research for this video. There's something bigger than Bowser Jr. that they have to go and defeat. I don't know what it is, but we'll have to wait and see. I love this world because it's been combined in a way that feels unique and special all by itself, because it's just ultimately a really cool world, and you get to see things like a piranha, Petey the piranha plant get combined with a rabbit to become a rabid Petey piranha plant mage. Sorry. And also, we haven't gotten there in the level yet, but we're almost there. There's a rabid Donkey Kong that shows up as the first level's boss, and I think that is pretty cool. And there's a DLC where Donkey Kong goes through, and you play as Donkey Kong to go through. It's the only DLC for Kingdom Battle, but I will play that. It does look pretty cool. And the story, I ultimately really like. It's very enjoyable. It's very good for, like, anybody can play. It doesn't really have violence in it, unless you count Luigi shooting rabid characters. But it's all in a cartoony way. It's not like Mortal Kombat where you're going to see a rabbit's head explode. It's not going to be like that. Also, this is also the same game that gives us the hilarious meme of Luigi doing a dab. Yes, I did a dab in 2024. What are you gonna do? Kill me? I'm just kidding. That was number 4. But let's talk about number 3. Number 3 is another crossover platform fighter, Multiverses. This is Warner Brothers' version of Super Smash Bros. Now, is it good? Yes, it's actually surprisingly well. But the thing is, it was in beta when it was first released, and technically the game's not even out yet. Like, not out officially, so no one right now could go and play it. Unless you're okay with playing it by yourself and not online and just fighting with robots. But it is a free-to-play game, so when it does come out, you just have to, like, purchase it for free and then download it, and then you play it. It's a free-to-play game. But that comes with the cost of having a battle pass system and a lot of microtransactions, because Warner Brothers wants to make a crap ton of money. Like, we've already seen what they're doing with Mortal Kombat 1 and having so many microtransactions in there, and it just being ultimately really expensive. So we already know that Warner Brothers is money hungry, but that's not the people at Multiverse's fault. That is Warner Brothers. That's their corporate management that is their fault. But it's really cool. It's really cool. It was developed by Player First Games, and the developers said that it's not just Warner Brothers characters, not Warner Brothers IPs that could join. Like, we even had leaks in the past where 11 from Stranger Things was going to be added to the game. Of course, that never happened officially, but there was data leaks for it. And now, yes, leaks can happen, and then it not actually coming true, which is totally valid, but that does mean that they were considering 11 from Stranger Things. But it's even got characters like the basketball player LeBron James. Like, that is insane. Of course, yes, it's not based off of his official NBA appearances. It's based off of his appearance in Space Jam: New Legacy, which is fair, because obviously they can't pay for all the sports rights of all the jerseys he's wore, unless they do want to do that. Warner Brothers is a huge company. It could probably do whatever the hell they want. And it's also got, the people who are making the games are really open to anything. Anywhere from cartoon characters, like we got characters from Adventure Time in the game, Steven Universe in the game, but we also got characters from the Lord of the Rings, or not Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones. We even got more adult cartoons like Rick and Morty. And hell, they got a lot of DC superheroes like Batman, Superman, even villains like Harley Quinn and Black Adam. And what's cool is that it's got Looney Tunes characters like Tasmanian Daredevil and Bugs Bunny. But the thing is, you can even have cursing in the game as well. You just have to toggle a thing, and then all of a sudden, Rick and Morty are cursing, and Harley Quinn is cursing. And it's really cool, but it's also, it's understandable why it's on a toggle, because they don't want kids to do that, and it's like, it's understandable. But it's really cool. It doesn't really matter where they're from, because they even added old characters such as Stripe and Gizmo from the Gremlins movie. And honestly, nothing's stopping them, and it's so cool. Hell, they have the Iron Giant in the game, which is my favorite character of all time. No one ever touched him, he's mine. Moving on. Number 2 is another twofer, but I'll be right back. The games I am talking about are 2 Five Nights at Freddy's games. I'm talking about Ultimate Custom Night and FNAF World. Ultimate Custom Night is a 2008 traditional Five Nights at Freddy's game, while FNAF World is a more RPG-like 2016 game. Both games were made and published by Scott Cawthon or Scott Games. They're both the same thing. Real quick, I'm going to talk about FNAF World, and then we're going to talk about Ultimate Custom Night. FNAF World is a role-playing turn-based game similar to Pokemon, where characters from Five Nights at Freddy's 1, 2, 3, and 4, along with some of Scott's other games, Chipper and Sons Lumber Co., and The Desolate Hope, all their characters go to fight monsters. Now, there's 1 to 8 different endings that you can get in this game, along with a special Halloween update where you can get more characters and play a bunch of mini video games, or mini games I should say, such as Freddy in Space and that really annoying Chica Rainbow minigame. I don't ever want to play that, but what sucks is I'm going to have to pretty soon. I'm going to have to play that game. You guys did vote for it after all. But yeah. My favorite character in FNAF World, though, would have to be the Paper Pals, just because, why not? They're a very unique addition, and they're a character that you wouldn't think to actually have a major role like this. Ultimate Custom Night. That's the next game we're going to talk about. It is more like a traditional FNAF game where you have to survive the night, but this time, you have to survive against 50 plus different characters. Now, you can pick and choose which characters you want to survive against or which characters you don't want to survive against. It's got everything from the toy animatronics, the phantom animatronics, the withered, the nightmares, the classic. Hell, it's even got oddball characters such as Trash in the Game, Funtime Chica, along with other characters like Mr. Hippo, Orville Elephant, Happy Frog, and Pig Patch. It's an extremely hard game if you want to go 50-20 mode, but it is a pretty damn cool game, and it has so much lore packed into it. Also, FNAF World has lore in there somewhere. It is an official game after all, and whether or not it's actually part of FNAF's story, I'm not sure. RyeToast actually put a really cool statement saying that FNAF World is actually just the purgatory for all the children's souls, all the other souls that weren't William Afton. And honestly, I think he might be right, but at the same time, Scott Cawthon hasn't told us anything about the story of anything, so we don't know. But going back to Ultimate Custom Night for a second, my favorite character in there would have to be Mr. Hippo, just because when he kills you, he has this huge monologue where he just tells you a random story. My favorite would have to be when he's telling Orville about the time he was feeding the ducks bread. And I put both of those games on there because they're both Five Nights at Freddy's crossover games. They look very, very different, but they are crossover games with each other. They're all the FNAF games just combining into something entirely new and unique. But moving on to my number one pick for best crossover games, it is the Super Smash Bros. Series. Everything from Smash 64, Super Smash Bros. Melee, Smash Bros. Brawl, Nintendo 3DS, and Wii U, along with the Nintendo Switch Ultimate game. All of them are extremely good, they're extremely well put together, and the character interactions with all of them are extremely cool. Like, what other game could you have Snake from Metal Gear fight Banjo-Kazooie while teaming up with Pokemon from a bunch of different games like Eevee, Alolan Vulpix, and even fucking Sonic Geo, or Solo Geo, the Fire Lion guy. And it's just so cool to see what Ultimate has become. It is amazing, and it is spectacular. Everything from the community loving the old games and still loving the new games is absolutely amazing. And it's got so big that even the biggest franchises in the world, like Kingdom Hearts and Minecraft, just had to be a part of it. And it's just so cool. Also, the Doomslayer Mii costume skin, best Mii costume skin in the whole game. Can't argue with me. But yeah, that is my number one pick. Real quick, at the end of the list, I want to go over some honorable mentions. Now, I'm not going to go too into depth with them. I'm just going to name off a bunch of games that did not make the list. Injustice 1 and 2 being a crossover of a bunch of DC comic book characters all together, along with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Hellboy, but those are different. The X-Men vs. Street Fighter games, those are pretty cool. Tekken crossover games such as Tekken X Capcom, those were pretty cool. Sonic Team Racing along with the Team Fortress 2 characters, those were pretty funny. We Love Golf. Rocket League was in there, but when you come down to it, it's not a crossover game. It has crossovers in it, but it's not a crossover specific game. Then we have Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Same thing, it's had crossover characters and stuff, but go down to it, it's just a skateboarding game. Diddy Kon's Racing. Now this one's kind of difficult because it does start off as a crossover game because it has Kronker from Kronker's Bad Fur Day and Banjo-Kazooie, but this was before they were really introduced into the game with their own video games, I should say. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to talk about, and this video has gone in for too long, and I'm kind of scared to see if the file actually worked or if it corrupted itself, because my phone likes to do that once it goes past 30 minutes. But as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see more top 10s, please leave a comment down below saying you guys want to see more, or just hit the like button. If this video gets more than 3 likes, then I'll probably do another top 10 video. Probably sooner rather than later, because I do plan to make more. But, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and love you guys, and what's your top 10 crossover games, or crossovers in video games? I've talked for too long. Goodbye, everybody.